Namaste, everyone. Earlier in this first chapter of the Ashtavakra Gita, the rishi Ashtavakra told King Janaka, Ya matihi sa gatir bhavet. As you think, so you become. He explained that bondage and liberation depend on your mind, on how you think. Specifically, bondage and liberation depend on whether or not you have discovered your true nature, atma, as pure consciousness. Atma itself was never bound in the first place, so it doesn't need to get liberated or transformed in any way. According to Advaita Vedanta, enlightenment is not a matter of transformation. It's a matter of removing the so-called veil of ignorance that covers Atma by recognizing your true nature as eternally liberated, pure consciousness. Ashtavakra continues to teach all this to King Janaka in verse 15. Nisango nishkriyo si tvam. You can repeat after me if you like. Nisango nishkriyo si tvam swaprakasho niranjanaha swaprakasho niranjanaha ayameva hite bandaha ayameva hite bandaha samadhimanutishtasi samadhimanutishtasi. In the first half of this verse, Ashtavakra restates much of what he has already taught about the nature of Atma, the true self. Asitvam, you, Janaka, you are nisangaha. You are detached. Detached in the sense that pure consciousness is not connected or related in any way whatsoever to the world around you, including your own body and mind. Your true nature as pure consciousness is a fundamental reality that utterly transcends the world. Like when you dream, as you lay in your bed, sound asleep, you, the dreamer, utterly transcend the world of your dreams. And further, Atma is nishkriya, unmoving, actionless. In a dream, you might run away from an elephant that's chasing you, but the true you, the dreamer, remains actionless, sleeping nicely. In the same way, even while your body and mind are engaged in various worldly activities, Atma, pure consciousness, remains actionless. Then, Ashtavakra says, Atma is swaprakasha, self-shining, self-revealing. The consciousness that reveals all the activities of your mind is not itself revealed by anything else. If it were revealed by a second consciousness, that would lead to an infinite regress. The second consciousness would be revealed by a third consciousness. The third consciousness would then be revealed by a fourth, and so on. An infinite regress like that is not only logically impossible, but also it does not describe your own experience. You don't experience yourself as an infinite series of consciousnesses. Finally, Ashtavakra says that Atma is niranjana, untainted, unstained, utterly unaffected by anything you experience. Like in a dream, if you get trampled by a wild elephant, that experience doesn't actually affect you. And in real life, if a real elephant were to step on your foot, your true nature as pure consciousness would not be affected. In the second half of the verse, Ashtavakra makes a statement that might seem jarring. he actually criticizes the practice of meditation when he tells King Janaka, "Ayam eva hi, this indeed is te bandha. This is the cause of bondage for you or anyone else who samadhim anutishtasi, for anyone who practices samadhi, for anyone who meditates." Why does Ashtavakra apparently criticize the practice of meditation here? Well, the commentator on this text makes it very clear. Jnana atirikta upaya anusthana matram. He says this criticism is for the use of meditation alone to gain enlightenment. That is, practicing meditation without seeking knowledge of atma. So here, Ashtavakra criticizes only those who claim that certain meditation techniques can directly and independently make you enlightened, without the practice of atma vichara, the self-inquiry that leads you to discover your true nature. As you know, many spiritual teachers claim that all you need to do to get enlightened is to practice a particular meditation technique, often a technique that they alone can teach you. But no matter how powerful a particular technique might be, meditation is no substitute for atma vichara. Ashtavakra does not mean to criticize the practice of meditation in general. He knows that meditation is a crucial step of preparation that's needed to fully prepare your mind for the practice of self-inquiry. We've discussed this before. Ashtavakra's point here is that meditation alone is not enough. I feel sad to think about how many sincere spiritual seekers have focused exclusively on meditation. Some have dedicated themselves to really austere practices, like meditating in a cave high in the Himalayas. Unfortunately, those practitioners have unwittingly cut themselves off from the very sources of spiritual guidance that they desperately need. Okay, in the next verse, Ashtavakra teaches King Janaka about the vastness of Atma, the boundaryless, limitless nature of pure consciousness. Tvaya vyaptamidam vishwam, tvaya vyaptamidam vishwam, tvayi protam yathartataha, tvayi protam yathartataha, shuddha buddha swarupastvam, shuddha buddha swarupastvam, magama kshudra chittatam, magama kshudra chittatam. In the third line, Ashtavakra says, Swarupaha tvam, your swarupa, your essential nature, is Shuddha Buddha, pure consciousness. As we discussed before, Shuddha, or pure, means free from attributes. Your true self, Atma, has no attributes like size or shape. It has no edges or boundaries. Therefore, Atma is limitless, infinite, all-pervasive. That's exactly what Ashtavakra says in the first line. Idam Vishwam, all this, the entire universe, is Tvaya Vyaptam, pervaded by you. Pure consciousness cannot somehow remain stuck inside your body, because it is all-pervasive like space. Yatha, in this way, artataha, all objects, the entire universe, by its very nature is tvayi protam. Literally, it's woven into you. That is, everything you experience exists in your consciousness, in the form of vrittis, perceptions of everything you see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. It's the last line of this verse that really stands out, where Ashtavakra tells King Janaka, Ma gamaha kshudra chittatam. Don't have such a small attitude, a kshudra chitta. If you're identified with the limitations of your body and mind, then you will certainly feel a sense of being limited, small. For example, when someone asks you for a favor or wants to borrow some money, you probably think it over for a moment before you reply. You might think about how busy you are right now, or what is your current financial situation. That's a good example of what Ashtavakra means by kshudra chitta, the feeling of smallness, feeling limited, feeling like you might not have enough time or money to help your friend. Those who are enlightened don't have that sense of smallness. They don't feel limited or constrained by worldly concerns about time and money. They don't need to think twice before helping someone. Of course, they can only give what they have, but an enlightened beggar who has only $10 would happily give away those $10 if asked. He could give away all his wealth. Instead of feeling small, he feels vast, because he knows the vastness of his true nature. Ashtavakra describes this feeling of vastness even further in the next verse. Nirapeksho nirvikaro, nirapeksho nirvikaro, nirbhara shitalashayaha, nirbhara shitalashayaha, agadha buddhirakshubdho, agadha buddhirakshubdho, bhavachanmatra vasanaha, bhavachanmatra vasanaha. In the last line, Ashtavakra tells King Janaka, bhava, you should be, you should have the feeling that you are chinmatra vasanaha. You are nothing but pure consciousness, chit. But what exactly does it mean to feel like pure consciousness? Ashtavakra explains that here in detail. He says, nirapeksha, it's the feeling of being utterly independent, feeling that your well-being doesn't depend at all on anyone or anything else. It's the feeling that you are okay no matter what. Then, nirvikara, the feeling that you are changeless, eternal, everlasting, that your essential nature is more real and substantial than anything in the world around you. Nirbharaha, the feeling that you are completely free from burdens, feeling light-hearted and carefree without problems of any kind. Shitala ashayaha, feeling cool, calm, even in the most stressful situations, always feeling peaceful, serene. And akshubda, feeling unperturbed, feeling free from agitation, not worried or troubled by anything. Many people ask about what it feels like to be enlightened. Ashtavakra's description here seems to answer that question quite nicely. But then, if you wonder whether or not it's even possible to feel like that, an answer is found in Ashtavakra's instruction to King Janaka that he should be agadha buddhi. He should have a deep understanding. How deep? Agadha means unfathomable, bottomless. That depth is possible with the practice of nididhyasana, Vedantic Contemplation. Let me explain how. Even though atma, your true self, does not undergo any kind of transformation when you get enlightened, your mind certainly undergoes a process of transformation. One part of that transformation is instantaneous when you first discover or recognize your true nature during the practice of self-inquiry. And then, following that initial discovery, a gradual process of assimilation takes place. And that process is supported by the practice of nididhyasana. After you first discover your true nature, a process of assimilation is needed because your ego or self-concept does not change instantly. At first, your ego or self-concept is based entirely on being identified with your body and mind. But after that discovery takes place, your self-concept changes slowly because it's so deeply rooted. It's firmly established due to the habitual nature of your mind and due to being physically wired or imprinted into the synapses of your brain. As a result, the habitual identification with your body and mind, the identification that we call deha vasana, it lingers. It remains until it's addressed and ultimately removed through the practice of nididhyasana. This Vedantic contemplation supports the process of assimilation in which your ego is gradually reshaped or transformed. This process actually changes the way you think about yourself. Your ego, your sense of who you are, gradually shifts away from your body and mind and towards your true nature as pure consciousness. Eventually, your ego becomes firmly identified with atma, your true self. That's what Ashtavakra means here by the expression agadha buddhi, an unfathomably deep understanding. And that's what my guru used to call an enlightened ego, an enlightened ahankara. Okay, it's time now for our practice of nididhyasana. Today, we will contemplate on the limitlessness or all-pervasiveness of your true nature as pure consciousness. Before we begin, please pause this video right now and practice your favorite meditation technique to make your mind extremely quiet and focused. Then you can return to this video and listen with your eyes closed. Okay, if your mind is quiet and focused, we can begin now. Ashtavakra said, idam vishwam, this world, the entire universe, is tvaya vyaptam, pervaded by you, pervaded by pure consciousness. You have already understood that pure consciousness has no edges or boundaries, and therefore it can't be confined inside your body. The purpose of our contemplation today is to go beyond this intellectual understanding of your true nature and explore it in terms of your own experience. Right now, you feel like a conscious being who is located inside your physical body. You see whatever comes in through your eyes. You hear whatever comes in through your ears. And you feel whatever touches your skin. But suppose you could not see, hear, or feel anything. Imagine that you were blind and deaf, and that your body was numb from head to toe. What would that feel like? If you were blind, deaf, and numb, you wouldn't experience your body at all. You wouldn't even feel connected to it or associated with it. In the contemplation that follows, you can experience being blind, deaf, and numb by simply absorbing yourself in meditation as I chant Om. In that state of absorption, your attention will be completely withdrawn from your senses, leaving you temporarily blind, deaf, and numb. Let's begin. At first, just listen. Okay. When you are absorbed in meditation, you don't see, hear, or feel the touch of anything. Your attention is completely withdrawn from your senses. You don't experience your body, nor do you have any association with it. Confirm this now in your own experience. While you are absorbed in meditation and your body is absent from your experience, then where are you? In what place? In what location? While you are absorbed in meditation, you don't experience yourself being in any particular place. Then, where are you? In what location? While you are absorbed in meditation, you experience no edges, no boundaries, no limits. Such an experience is limitless. See the truth of this statement. While you are absorbed in meditation, you experience no edges, no boundaries, no limits. Such an experience is limitless. See the truth of this statement. Om.